New York City Mayor Eric Adams is expected to endorse former Governor Andrew Cuomo in the race to replace him as mayor. Adams dropped out of the race last month after denying reports President Trump offered him a spot in the administration to suspend his campaign. Adams and Cuomo watched the Knicks games together last night after the mayoral debate. And during the debate, Cuomo traded barbs with Democratic nominee Zohran Mamdani and Republican Curtis Sliwa over safety, housing, and standing up to President Trump.
You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything. There's no reason to believe you have any merit or qualification for 8.5 million lives.
The issue is that we have all experienced your experience. We just had a former governor say in his own words that the city has been getting screwed by the state. Who was leading the state? It was you.
Zohran, your resume could fit on a cocktail napkin, and Andrew, your failures could fill a public school library in New York City.
Now, Adams' expected endorsement of Cuomo could shake up the race with Election Day less than 2 weeks away. ABC News political director Averi Harper is here for more on that. Hi, Averi. So Adams' polling numbers were pretty low when he dropped out, but he is the current mayor, right? Everybody knows him. So how much could this endorsement impact the race?
I think it's unclear. Yeah, you note that Eric Adams, when he left the race, he was polling in single digits. So it's unclear if this is going to garner Cuomo any additional support that could put him above Zohran Mamdani. You have to look at the recent polling. Zohran Mamdani is way ahead. He is polling ahead by double digits. Also, Eric Adams is really associated with coziness up to the Trump administration. And so that is also politically toxic when you talk about Democratic voters in New York City. So I don't think that this is going to get Andrew Cuomo the attention or the support that he's after in the run-up to the election.
Here we have the mayor of New York, who was elected as a Democrat, endorsing the state's former Democratic governor over the Democratic nominee. What does that say about the state of the Democratic Party?
I mean, the twists and turns in this race have been fascinating. To see two failed Democratic candidates team up against the Democratic nominee is just an additional layer to this really crazy story that this race has become. But I do think it illustrates that there are intense divisions within the Democratic Party. There is a part of the party after the losses up and down the ballot in 2024 that believes that the party should lean in on progressive ideals. And that would be the folks who are supporting Zohran Mamdani. But there's other folks in the party who think that you need to go with moderate candidates in order to come back and win. And those are the folks who might be looking to somebody like Andrew Cuomo or even Curtis Sliwa in this race. There's also a real intense conversation that's happening about age. We saw both Curtis Sliwa and Andrew Cuomo point to Zohran Mamdani's age in last night's debate. And there are folks who are thinking about whether or not the Democratic Party should be looking to a new guard, ushering in a new generation of leadership, and there's others who think that the party should remain with its elder statesmen.
The election's less than 2 weeks away. What are you watching for in this final stretch?
Well, early vote starts on Saturday in New York City, so I'm looking to see how many folks turn out to the polls to vote early. Traditionally and usually in New York City elections, participation is low, so if we see record-breaking turnout, that could indicate that there's lots of enthusiasm and participation in this race, and we'll see ultimately who that benefits come Election Day.
ABC News political director Averi Harper, thank you.